Now, I have a lot of congratulations in order for yourself. However, before we get to that, we have a very important, very important issue to discuss.
All right.
Because, Larry, one thing about me is I'm big on loyalty. And as you can see, I'm a proud supporter of Chelsea Football Club. So I'm going to throw you in right at the deep end. I know you weren't expecting this.
Throw me in at the deep end. Let's go.
What happened? I thought we were going to be best of friends. You were a big Chelsea fan. The last time I heard about your football journey, I hear things have changed.
So you're right. No, you're right. It's I know it's frowned upon. I know it's taboo. I did start out originally through my education of FIFA. And my favorite player ever is Samuel Eto'o. So it just
Legend.
led me to Chelsea's good on FIFA. Eto'o played for them when I started tuning in, and so it just made some sense. But I never, once he left, I never really I don't know. I never really felt the connection there. It just felt like, I was following the player, and then once the player left, it just, I was missing a lot. But yeah, of recently over the past few years, I've gotten lucky enough to get some ownership stake in Leeds United, and man, it doesn't matter if I'm an owner anymore. I am. It's marching on together till I die.
Well, listen, I often think about, following the player instead of following the team. And there's millions of people around the world who just follow LeBron. And when he retires, or if he ever retires, I don't know who they're going to support. But let's talk about this because my previous co-hosts, Mr. BJ Armstrong and Mr. Scott Perry, they're now over with the Sacramento Kings. So I understand, now I'm kind of rooting for the Kings. I'm a Celtics fan, but I've got a soft spot for Sacramento there.
No, I respect it. I respect it.
Yeah, our new co-host, Mr. Coach Brendan Sir, he couldn't be with us today. He's away doing a camp, but he sends his best regards. But as I said at the start of the show, I want to send you some congratulations because you have joined an ownership group where there's a few NBA players, Andre Iguodala, Russell Westbrook, your good friend TJ McConnell, and now yourself in owning a stake in Leeds United Football Club. And another congratulations for your podcast, Switch the Play, that I have been tuning into in the Men in Blazers network. Let's talk about the ownership first. When did that opportunity arise? How did you come across it? And what made you want to pursue that pathway?
So I've been a diehard about just the general sport of football like my entire life. But I would say again, 5, 6 years ago is when I really just fell in love with it. Waking up 7:30 in the morning over here watching the early game and just so on and sitting on my couch for the entire slate. And so, I knew I wanted to get more involved, and it's something that I've come to love as much as basketball at this point. Some would argue even a little more. But I had a few different opportunities to get in a few different, ownership sides of teams, and none of them felt really right. And when Leeds came about, brought to me by TJ McConnell was actually the one that that kind of brought me the opportunity. Me and my wife took a visit to Leeds, and hey, I'm from Cleveland, Ohio, so it's a blue collar working class, like people, salt of the earth type of people, help you get your directions, thank you when you open a door type of stuff, and it just felt a little bit like home. And that's how I knew for me it was the right fit. And it's been a wild ride, but man, I wouldn't trade it for the world.
Absolutely. And then on the podcasting side of things, when I talk to people around the league, when I talk to other media members, they always say, Larry's a great interview. He's great to talk to. When I talk to, executives and coaches, they say he's a great locker room guy. So you're clearly very talented in, speaking with people and holding conversations, but it's
Thank you.
kind of different when the spotlight's on you and, you've got a show that you've got to do every week and so on and so forth. How are you finding, the life of a podcaster?
It's just dipping my toes in a little bit right now. Right now we're we've done two. We've got a third one coming up real soon here, and it's I'm just incredibly fortunate. There's never there's over here, of course, you've tiptoed the line of the bridge between the two sports, over there, but over here it's kind of football's still growing over here. And so there's a real lane to kind of, place our, put our stamp down right in the middle of the two. And I think it's a really cool opportunity because, these conversations aren't really happening anywhere else besides, switch the play. And these are conversations that guys are having in the locker rooms and having, after games when we're talking to one another. Just, the more European influence gets brought to the NBA, the more guys are starting to get more passionate about the sport of football. And so, guys are excited for an outlet to express that.
Absolutely. And, you know, the World Cup is coming to America. I saw that 1.5 million people signed up for tickets within the first day that the tickets were kind of the ballot was released, right? I'm putting a message out there to every, I don't know what network's covering it, but I need to see Larry in the studio. I need to see him front and center of that World Cup coverage. I'm pushing the agenda from now. I don't know whether you wanted to do that or not, but from
You know
listening to your
what?
podcast,
If
the
you push it,
passion.
I'll push it too.
There we go. I can hear the
I'm
passion in your
pushing it right
voice
with
when you
you.
talk about Leeds United.